Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it's Leeds United, it's episode 9 of what was the Bottom of Xmas Challenge. I'm now struggling for a name for this series. Anyhow, it is not a game against Chelsea just yet, but I thought we'll come in here with a little bit of a precursor before we get into Chelsea and Leicester in 2 games here today. The reason why you're getting Chelsea and Leicester was I was going to do Leicester anyway, but we've been on a decent run of form, currently like exactly where the board wants us to be, which is in the middle of the table. We're 10th out of 20. Smack bang where we are meant to be, and we've had a pretty interesting start here to our first game or first bit of the season. You would have seen the first game is what I was getting at against Watford last episode. If you missed that, go check it out. It was a very unfortunate 2-1 defeat. I say unfortunate, maybe not that we played the best, but their second goal was absolutely ludicrous. So if you want to go watch a goal that belongs in FIFA 21, not Football Manager, go watch that. But anyhow, we are here with this little episode here. And the reason why we're here at the start is I just want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the squad. I want to talk about a couple of sales that we said was going to happen and it will. Transfer deadline's passed. And I want to talk about some of the results since the Watford game. So we played Watford here on the opening day and we did lose. And then we went away to Burnley. And we did find ourselves on the right side of a 2-0 win. In the end, Fredo Morales did score his debut goal and did get a couple as well. And look, very nice to see. At halftime, the 4-4-1 was doing its job, and it was nice to see. I switched into a 4-2-3-1, which we have used in the past, and it yielded us 2 goals. Switched back into the 4-4-1-1 at 2-0 and held on convincingly as well, and was really happy. Kind of switched straight back like 70th minute. And in the end, we never look like conceding in this game. Just the 4-2-3-1 definitely gives us a bit more creativity than the 4-4-1-1. We did have chances in the 4-4-1-1, has to be said. But, in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, 4-4-1-1 definitely is a system that we are going to use to nullify teams. And we got a result against Liverpool yet again. So we played Liverpool twice in the save. Both times we have got a win and a draw out of Liverpool, which is unbelievable. Everton. Similar story, really, just the fact that we did concede in the 23rd minute. They did have a goal disallowed. Iwobi did have a goal disallowed as well. But then we made a change. As you can see, that was the team how we started. But that's not how we ended. And we're going to get into a little bit of a tactical rejig, maybe. There's definitely a premise and some form to suggest we could. In the end, we went 1-0 down. Great ball, kind of eliminated everybody. It's a ball and a half from James Rodriguez. What a player. And Vebic just had to put it in. But we switched to a 4-2-4, Gegenpressing system. As you can see, Calvin Phillips wins the ball back, slips in Rodrigo, who misses, unfortunately, the initial chance. Would have been nice to see that finished. And Rodrigo gets the ball there. I want to know if it will let me rewind enough to see when we to see the attack as well previously, because we moved the ball around really well in this system. Like as you can see, maybe even here, like we win it in a wide area. Ball finds way to Llorente, and we just if you pause it here, we can go back maybe 10 seconds. I just want to break it down. When this ball falls to Llorente and he's about to make the pass, just have a look at the options. We have Ayling out wide. We have Harry Wilson coming inside. He could technically slip Harry Wilson into this role here as well. Or the run that you do see is Rodrigo actually comes deep to get the ball in the complete forward role. And that will open up space. If Keane follows, we can actually get Llorente to pop the ball pretty direct into here, and Harry Wilson makes the run. Or we're going to get Rodrigo getting on the ball, which we do see. As you can see, because Keane doesn't follow, Rodrigo can get on the ball. And this would have been a nice one to score as well. Good move, Ayling in space. It would have been a really nice goal. Obviously, in the end, it didn't matter. We win the ball back, and you guys saw the back end of this move when we win it back here with Phillips. Maybe at the end of the day, a little bit lucky Allen didn't do enough with their chance to maybe break then. But, the movement before the goal is what I wanted to highlight. And I was like, oh, there's something there. And we stayed on the 4-2-4, and to be quite fair, we missed some chances to win that game as well. We then played a 3-0 game against Fleetwood in the second round at the EFL Cup. In the third round, we got Wigan, so pretty good cup draws there. Fleetwood, obviously a side we should always pump, and then Wigan, a fallen foe of English football, who are down in League One. In the end, Sam Greenwood scoring a couple, and we did start in the 4-2-4 in this game, and we did dominate. Look, it is Fleetwood. I'm not going to go, oh my God, we played against Fleetwood. We pumped them in the 4-2-4. We're going to just play 4-2-4. Wasn't the thing. Footy Manager's using a 4-2-4 system. This isn't the same one. That's a ball and a half. And if I see goals like that, I will play 4-2-4 if we're going to get fullbacks that can do that. Youngster there. He's getting a lot of success in his Man United Twitch save. So if you want to go check that out, Footy Manager TV on Twitch. But he's also got his YouTube save with Chelsea, and he's got like 160k subscribers. I have done some work with Footy Manager in the past. And he was getting success in 4-2-4. So I switched into it in the Everton game thinking, can we get something? Kind of put my own spin on what I would do in terms of what I would do in real life. Harry Wilson getting his first goal for Leeds, by the way, just there as well. And, that movement that you saw there, Rodrigo coming deep, that's something that I would necessarily look for when if I was coaching in real life. And I base a lot of the tactics I make was what I would either try to do in real life. I can't get perfectly what my philosophy would be on Football Manager because you can't teach how to press certain areas and certain, spaces on the field. But in terms of Football Manager creating movement in that, you can actually go in and do some things and, complete forwards will drop in and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so, getting that line of 5, getting fullbacks out wide and high and getting your wingers come inside, that's not bad. Anyway, against Liverpool here, we did line up as well in the 4-4-1-1. And we did stay in it until we went down to Mane, and you wouldn't believe it, but we went to the 4-2-4, and we got ourselves a goal. I clicked on Salah's goal by accident. Rodrigo's goal was nuts as well. We went 4-2-4 on Rafinha, bang, straight away, boom, boom. Has to be fair, right? Liverpool were a little bit unlucky not to win this game. We're a bit open. Can I just say, Kiko Casilla got a 7.7. He had a really good game. What a bit of distribution, by the way, from the Real Madrid goalkeeper. It wasn't the first time. We moved 4-2-4. They have an injury to Meslier. He's out for the next 3 or so weeks. And all that's been is Kiko Casilla doing things. By the way, if you think his kick there, look at that. Becker has... Liverpool aren't known for their long ball system, but Salah's made a diagonal run and Becker's picked him out from like 60 metres. So Alisson Becker being Alisson Becker. I didn't show you the last 2 goals of this game, of course, as well. Mane then made it 2-1. And I basically went straight away, okay, stop sitting on the break and looking for it. Can we maybe go and get something? And that's what I'm going to do. Maybe against the bigger boys, I'll play 4-4-1-1, play on the break. We're definitely good enough to play on the break in terms of getting chances to do stuff. But the 4-2-4 seems like a system that's really, really good. In the end, the ball came in here. Virgil, his header away wasn't the best. Tonali slips in Rafinha. Tonali's been really solid for us as well since he's joined the club. And there we are as well. And that leaves us 10th. We have Chelsea coming up next. I'm probably going to play 4-4-1-1 to start with against Chelsea. And then see if we need to switch into 4-2-4 or if we stay solid. And then against Leicester, in this episode, I might start the full first team in 4-2-4, even though it's away from home, and maybe go after Leicester, who are very similar to us on the table. And look, if it works in that game, we're going to play it against Wigan no matter what anyhow. Would I play it against City? It would be brave. Would we play it against Fulham? Yeah. If we go and tick those boxes of that, we needed against Chelsea look decent, and against Leicester, we got probably a result. If that's the case, then the 4-2-4 definitely something I will look at. In terms of the tactics, I know Footy Manager's using not similar tactics. I think he's on a bit more attacking not conservative, but on the counter, the cautious one. And I don't think he's doing as much as I'm doing in terms of being as high tempo. Well, not, and whatever. But yeah, I'm high tempo. Because we're on such a high tempo, I normally wouldn't tick overlap left and overlap right, but I want them to look for it and look for our fullbacks to really get on. It doesn't encourage the fullbacks to get on, but what it means is that if we're in those wide areas, they will look for that overlap. And because we've got 4 other guys on the other side, if they look for that overlap, there's 4 guys in the box. So I don't mind that ball being swung in a bit more than normal. Also, with it being extremely high tempo, because it's going to try and get out to the fullback that quick, normally what will happen is they might find the winger and then the movement will happen elsewhere. So I think if I'm ever going to play overlap left and right, extremely high tempo kind of just makes it a bit more normal because they will just bypass, or if it's not on, they'll probably play the winger anyway. And you'll get your movement inside if we're playing the inverted wingers, which we are, which is not too bad as well. In transition, as you would imagine, distribute quickly, counter. It's a gegenpressing system is what it's been built up on, and obviously we're right in the faces. And look, this is a system that maybe we will build upon. Maybe we will really like it. We've got 2 really good strikers that can play the role really well. as well. You got Harry Wilson that can play out there very well, and it keeps him happy because that's the role he wants to play. You obviously got Tonali and Kelvin Phillips that does really well, and Tonali loves if the ball gets wide by the fullbacks. By the way, getting in the box, it's nice to see. We got two decently attacking fullbacks. Olaz, by the way, is pretty damn good. Fullbacks this year have been nerfed in terms of their rating as well. This episode is getting a bit longer than what I want. And then obviously the rest is very self-explanatory. So the squad is not too bad. The transfers, obviously, we didn't make any on the ins because we haven't really made too much money. Liam Cooper still finds himself here at the club, by the way, so I might use Liam as well. And in terms of the transfer history and on the outs, we ended up getting 7.5 mil for Klitsch. I'm pretty sure I showed you that. But, the big ones there is Roberts got 6.75, which was his value. Could rise to 10. And Bamford got 5 mil from Salzburg. Look, he wanted to go play European football anyhow. Salzburg have that. We don't. Scored 16 goals for me last year. And I'm not going to be playing 44 all year, so we got enough depth, I think, up front anyhow to let him go. And we might sign a striker in the window, in the January transfer window, if we do make the move to 44 full-time. But that could also mean we might just take Joe back from on loan and keep his development here at the club instead of sending him out and keeping him at Wigan. But yeah, in terms of that, I'll see you guys in just a second for the Chelsea game. That might not be tonight anyway. I've had a long day. I've done 11 and a half hours at work. We had a suspected case of corona. I don't have corona, which is good. And it looks like we're going to be okay, but it's made today really busy, and I've got to be busy again tomorrow, so I might just head to bed. And YouTube, you will see this game either coming up in the darkness of this webcam, or you'll see it in the light of tomorrow, probably on my lunch break, coming home in my hour lunch break and getting through a couple of games. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Don't go anywhere. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Welcome back, YouTube. Like I said, back on my break, and we are here. We have Chelsea after the international break, and we are sitting 12th after a few games. The last game to be played of the weekday, of the match day for week 5. You know what I'm getting at. In terms of everything else, Mislar could come back into the team, but I'm not going to select him just at the moment. Can I also just say Kiko's been playing superb. He probably doesn't get enough love and does not get rated as much as probably what he should be by his stats. He plays really well, so hopefully he continues in that same vein of form today. Also, Sergio Gomez was transfer listed for 1.1 million. Don't have the biggest scout report on him. Please make sure you tick disable attribute masking. I normally do. I must have forgot before this because I would love to see his stats. Only problem is knowing how this game works and how Brexit is this year. I actually think that he isn't going to get a work permit, which is disgusting because he's absolutely unbelievable. Also, Claudio Ranieri, by the way, has stopped being a manager and is now being a scout. We're going to try and bring him in as well. But in terms of maybe the staff, and one thing I am really happy about is you can hire more than one assistant coach and you can go all those things. We did hire in Joey. I'm trying to impress Harry Wilson that we're improving the coaches, and also got Jose Barrios, who's a 3-star coach. Now, if Harry Wilson isn't happy with that, then Harry Wilson can bugger off and whatever. But yeah, we do have Chelsea here today. Like I said, with the last match of the match day 5. And look, I think we have a solid enough team. It'd be interesting to see what they would think. They would actually move Rafinha, Tonali around, Wilson out here. The reason why this happened, just to get Wilson playing in his natural role, was actually really happy. And all I do is after 10 minutes is just drop him back. But because he started in that role, he's happy. And then, yeah, apart from that, nothing else I need to really bring up or mention. I've gone with a bit more experience at the back with Koch and Llorente, something that I have done in the past. It has backfired. It has worked. And, yeah, apart from that, not too bad as well. And I think I'm going to get Passwell in for Creswell as well. But apart from that, we'll see what happens and see how things go, and hopefully things will continue to be good. Important to note that Joe on loan has actually started banging in some goals for Birmingham. Obviously never scored for me, so that's good to see as well. Clearly is going to be good enough for the Championship, just not good enough to sit on the bench for the Prem. With that in mind, it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea lineup is going to be here for this one here, and then we're going to play Leicester, and just depending on the result here and how well we play, it will be a 4-2-4. Onana in goals, wow, big signing for them. Reece James, Tomori, Diego Carlos, another good signing. As Blue Equator there, Kante, Kovacic, Pulisic, Mason Mount. Arzabal always ends up at Chelsea on FM20, so no surprise there. Tammy up top. Victor Moses makes the bench interesting. Ziyech, Werner on the bench. So it could be worse. Werner could be starting, Ziyech could be on, Kai Havertz could be playing, but at the same time, it's not too bad. I actually would have preferred Thiago Silva to be in this team and have Rodrigo running at him, but unfortunately, that's not the case. No one expects us to get a result. A few people seem aggressive and a bit nervous. Look, I don't particularly mind. How you seen Reece James as Blue Equator, Pulisic and Oyarzabal. Let's go and press. And let's go 1 and 2 onto the left foot, keep them wide. 1 and 2 onto their right foot to keep them wide. You know the drill, boys. And then it's up to us to see what we can do, really, in terms of defensively, what we can be doing. We're going to look. It's a tremendous occasion. Wouldn't have it any other way. And there we go. So it's us in the white, them in the blue. Clearly not on stream, but please do check us out. Links down below. We're on stream most games. We'll probably be streaming, even though we're doing an 11-hour day today, a bit later. As well, and yeah, so 100% check us out. And this is all I've been doing is like, once the first highlight kind of hits, I just move Harry Wilson back, and because he's also playing inverted winger but just deeper, he actually does not mind. So like right now, look, just straight away into the tactics, and that's what I've been doing to keep him happy. And then when we're playing obviously our 4-2-4, he plays in his natural role anyway, so it's not too bad as well. At the moment though, not much happening. Our first highlight 17 minutes in, and it's Chelsea with the ball from the back, and Pulisic in this wide area. We should look to get across and press, but in the end, he beats Tonali a bit easy. He actually gets past a couple. Mason Mount now in a deeper line, finds Oyarzabal, and Conte's picked out there by Morales, and I'm guessing that pass was meant for Tonali by Morales, but we're still on the ball mercifully, and Tonali beating a couple. Still going with it, Mr. Sandro. He's really good with the ball at his feet. And Calvin Phillips providing the balance back a line. Finds Luke Ayling on this right-hand side. And hopefully a moment of swing one, Luke. Stands on it. Lays it back to Calvin Phillips. You've got the other side there as well. Alaza, no. Rafinha gets on it. Still got the fullback out there. Has been ignored the whole time. Eventually gets on it. Puts in a decent ball. Rodrigo's there and he should have done better. That ball should have probably came out to the left back a little bit quicker to give Alaza enough time to whip in a better ball. But in the end, Rodrigo with a massive chance, and he puts it high and wide, and really, we should be 1-0 up in this game. 0-0 here, though, 30 minutes in, and the corresponding fixture of this game finished 2-2 last year at home, in this system as well. It was towards the end of the year, and Giroud scored an absolute weldy to keep him in it. The score 94th. I remember bringing it up in the season review, but at halftime here, it is 2-0 leads. I'm extremely happy with 2-0 leads, 0-0 leads. I'm extremely happy with that, and I'm absolutely delighted. Nothing needs to change, and nothing needs to be said. I'm just happy. Kai Havertz comes straight in, and that is not good. But we'll see what happens. Rafinha picking up an early booking here, 2.5. And as Blue Equator in space, gets pressed. Kovacic now can weigh up a pass maybe, and he looks for Oyarzabal. Hopefully we don't allow that ball to come in. It may do here. Kovacic has got numbers left and right. If he wants to come out the other side, Kante now. It's a good ball out there as Blue Equator. We're a bit stretched here at the moment, but no ball into the ball box just as yet from Chelsea. I say that Tammy gets there. That's a goal. To be fair, as Blue Equator has swung that in off his right boot, not his left. And the shape was a bit deep, but not bad from us. Just a bit unfortunate in the end. It's a good reverse ball from, I think it's Oyarzabal who gets on it. It's Kovacic. It's good movement from Chelsea. It's a great header from Tammy. And we really wanted to prevent that. And that's why Llorente and Koch start together. They're bigger boys. They should be able to deal with that, and they haven't done it. So now it's a waiting game. I feel like if we switch 4-2-4 right now, we will get hit and it will be game over. But if we can keep it to like the 70th minute, 1-0 down, then maybe we can do something. Saying that though, that's going to be our ball here, Llorente. Llorente looking channel. Didn't need to. In there, we get a press. That's the first time I've seen that this year on FM. Rafinha on Nana, what a save. That is the first time I've seen that this year on FM, a defensive mistake like that. So, nice to know they're not happening as much. But yeah, there we are. And there we go. Ball in, Oyarzabal clears. And I think Alaza's ball is going to be done and dusted. And 65 minutes played. Another ball into the channel, but no one in particular. That's where we need Morales to really move and get on the ball. And like there again, he just can't let it be that easy for the back two. If we're going to look to play on the break, I need someone to get on that ball. Anyway, Oyarzabal there. As Blue Equator's in space, that is good movement from Chelsea. This could be two, boys. Kovacic now are a bit stretched here, getting in the half space as well, Chelsea. The shape's actually okay, they're just good enough in moving us around to provide the space. Like, Blue Equator's going to get on this, isn't he? And saying that, Kovacic nearly lost it. Still going, that's a ball and a half. Kiko Casilla has kept us in this, and I've seen enough. We're going into the 4-2-4. We're going to go into that. I am going to bring in Helder Costa for Rafinha as a winger. And I am going to bring in Cody for Ayling. We've seen Cody whipping a couple nice balls, especially against Fleetwood. So even though he's a young kid, he knows how to get up and down. He knows how to whip a ball in. So get the fullback on there. And there is enough time to maybe do something. You just never know. Time is ticking. And it's a highlight here. And Koch now, he can play into Calvin Phillips. Instead, he looks for Wilson, finds him. Good movement. And he's back into Calvin. The overlapping run there of Cody Drama is out there. And there is the attacking fullback. He's a good young kid. His ball in, though, was blocked. And that's exactly what we had him on for, was for that moment. It didn't happen. And that's a ball and a half to Tammy, who can hold it up or go. He does decide to go. He's a bit wide here. And in the end, the effort's blocked very well by probably Koch. And that's the highlight. Not long left to go. I think Harry Wilson's probably the most legless out of the lot. Rodrigo's going to go onto that side there. And I am going to bring Sam Greenwood in as a bit more of a poacher. And hopefully, we can find one moment of magic. And tell us to demand a little bit more here. We've not long left to go. 1-0 wouldn't be the worst result, but 1-1 would be great. 2-0, I would be annoyed. Kiko makes a great save. Is that the highlight, or is the highlight coming from Kiko's distribution? Still with it, Koch. So good ball out to Rodrigo. And his ball looking there. Sam Greenwood, the under 19, hits it. Oh, Nana, what a save. It was the moment. Sam Greenwood could have been the hero. The ball in's cleared by Werner. We've still got Eliza out there. Koch now on it too, and he just runs it out of play. That's probably all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Sam Greenwood with the chance to make it 1-1. And based on the stats and the expected goals, you probably would say that we deserve the point out of that. Massive moment for Sam Greenwood, the 19-year-old. Unfortunately for us, it did not happen. I'm just going to tell him we've been unlucky because we didn't play bad. The 4-4-1-1 did its job. It was just a good ball and a great header. I do expect my centre-backs to do a little bit better. And then, yeah, and we got Leicester coming up. And even then, the 4-2-4 was solid enough. We got a chance. It's not bad. I think we're definitely going to play it against Leicester and see if we can get at them. And I'll see you guys in just a second for that, or it will be after I've come back from work and we're on stream. It's one of the two. Depends on how long it's going to take to get here, my lunch break, how much I finish up my food, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, Snake. Should have come to me, mate. I'll see you guys in just a second. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Damien, and we do have now Leicester at the King Power Stadium. You know, after a pretty decent performance against Chelsea, but we lost, and the 4-2-4 being solid, I said I was going to play 4-2-4 this game, and I ain't going to, you know, in the Australian term, bitch it. I will play a 4-2-4 in this game. It's just going to be good for us to see where we are. Meslier isn't 100% fit, but I am definitely tempted to play him. However, though, Capri's been developing really well. Kiko in great form at the moment as well, though. Maybe just warrants a spot, you know. 7.3, I'm going to keep Kiko in there. Apart from that, Ayling, Koch, Pascal comes back in there for Lorente, and Eliza at left back. Wing fullbacks find it very hard to get average rating this year, which is very odd. Tonali and Phillips, Wilson, Rafinha, Morales, and Rodrigo up top is a pretty solid side. Nothing really in terms of the bench. Lorente can keep his spot. Creswell will get minutes, that's for sure, this season. Noah Kenny will get minutes, and there we are. The boys just need to learn how to play this system. As you can see, a lot of them are concerned about it. And all that as well. But I think that we will be okay. And, you know, a few of the boys are a bit upset we're asking so much attackingly. But I feel like that as we keep it solid at the back and counter press really well, we'll be okay. This Leicester side, though, want to play long ball football, right? Now, we got to either sit on the break and let them have that moment in their defensive line to pick Vardy out on these decent diagonals. Or we get right in the faces and we try and win the ball as quickly as possible. Now, that will leave space for Vardy in behind. But at the same time, if we win the ball, we should be able to hit him pretty quickly. I just feel like if we played 4-4-1-1, this Leicester side is good enough for Yuri Tillemans and co in the middle, Kondogbia now, James Maddison. They would keep 60-70% of the ball and probably would get into trouble against the Brendan Rodgers side. Just feel like on this press, if Rodgers wants to keep the ball, we'll press him. If they want to go long to Vardy, we've got to win that initial ball. And then if that does happen and Vardy gets in, it's on my head. But yeah, I'm just going to tell them the underdogs. Jeez, I feel like we are against Leicester, but apparently not, according to the boys. We'll definitely go into that. We are pressing in terms of a counter-pressing system, so we're just going to go on the press, man-mark both centre-backs. Something I do on FM, something I wouldn't do in real life. And then I am going to leave it, I reckon. We're going to get into this. It's a great opportunity, I hope so, and we'll see how we go. Leicester going to be in the blue, we're going to be in the white, obviously. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do in this system and how much we win the ball back as well. Maddison looks for Under. Pretty quick start to the highlight too. You know, the ball's already in Leicester's attacking half. Ball in, Ayling clears. Falls to Mendy. Good ball to Yuri. Knows how to hit him from here. In the end, that's a great ball out there to El Vendi. And the ball in looking for Vardy, who heads over. In the end, 6 minutes in, warning shot by Leicester, but it is 0-0. And it'll be interesting to see what we do. You know, I'm still looking at that. We're not having a massive amount of the ball. We're not, you know, being dominated in the possession stats, kind of 50-50. But we are struggling for chances. But at the same time, 20 minutes in, Leicester's had only one real moment. So the 4-2-4 proving solid, but not proving as aggressive as I would like. Anyway, good build-up play. Tonali is the man you want on the ball. In the end, couldn't turn. Pascal, Tonali. And in the end, this ball should have come out to this fullback, definitely. I don't understand. Like, Tonali could have... If they score, I am going to be livid. That is absolutely ludicrous from us at the back. That is ludicrous from us at the back. Have a look at this. I'm just going to pause it at every moment that we can. That the ball should have come out to the fullback, Eliza, on this side. First things first. He could take one touch and slip it in here near out. Okay, then. Doesn't. Right? He's now facing that way and he should play it. Doesn't. And Pascal now gets on the ball and has a clear passing lane into this way anyway. In the end, it's just negative. Pascal shits the bed. And that is going to be that. James Maddison's there. That's a good finish from the lad. Good luck to him. You know, obviously, it's a good goal. And it's a great finish. But yet again, that's also maybe us not learning the system and how we're playing out. But that ball should have been... Just look at the space, man. You just slip him here. Oh, it's annoying when that happens because that isn't a defensive mistake, really. That is just not seeing the pass or refusing to play it. Tonali of his quality should just go, yeah, my first time, second touch even, take a touch. Should be spraying that out. Anyway, we win the ball back, and that is a mistake by Casper, and we... Oh, my. Really? Morales shoots and doesn't score. Highlight not over here. Wilson blocked by Johnny Evans. And then he doesn't put it into the open net looking to find Rodrigo. Why? Highlight still going. Tonali now. Can he whip that one? He does. Back stick. Harry Wilson heads straight at Casper. Really should have made it 1-1. Defensive mistake. Casper didn't know whether to come or not. And in the end, I don't know how Alfredo Mullers did not put it into the open net after the first chance. Just a little bit unlucky. And they score. Kondogbia. Under, Yuri, what a run. Under hits, Kiko Casilla puts it onto the bar. Just, there's the moments. Should have played out, didn't get conceded. There should have scored twice, didn't. They nearly scored down the other end. It's just those moments. That's what we lack. You know, Alfredo Morales was brought in as a goal scorer. Hasn't really shown it. Anyway, Rodrigo, though, gets on the ball. Good touch. That's a great ball. Should be a goal. It's a great finish. Alfredo Morales does score eventually as we slag him off. And it is 1-1 here against Leicester. It's a good little ball into Rodrigo. He takes it, runs it, and puts it into his path. And in the end, it's nice. A little bit direct, but it's a great ball. And that's what I do like Rodrigo in this complete forward role, is that he does move into those half spaces. If he can't go beyond, will come deep to get on it and create that space to get on the ball and turn, which I really do love in my strikers. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a corner, we deal with it. And Harry Wilson's quick, but not as quick as Under to get to that one. Winning it then would have been interesting, but he didn't. Yuri Tielemans now on that left-hand side. Vardy, too much space. That's just poor defensively. It's poor from the two centre-backs. That's the one thing I think we lack here at Leeds, is just a quality centre-back partnership. I can't find it. No matter what we go to, I can't find it. Like, look how much space he's got. Oh, Luke Ayling, too. Keeping him also on side. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. Like, just kill the hard work that we had done. Far from pleased with what I am going to say and start the second half. Going forward, looking okay, and we're getting some movement, and we're getting some nice movement, and the game's fairly even. But it's just a moment of madness playing out, and a moment of madness are there. of Luke Ayling not keeping his line and the centre backs not picking up. Rodrigo's not going to win that. It's too small. But Pascal was decent on the ball and beats a man, chips it in there, and in the end, for a second, I thought he picked out Morales, didn't. Hoping for not 2 losses here in this episode, but that would hurt. Anyway, Koch wins that. That's a bit better from the centre back. Tonali's ball, that is poor. Where are you looking? He is world class, and he doesn't even look like world class to me. Vardy puts it wide. Tonali is coming off. He is having a stinker. I don't understand how he's on a 6.9, man. Do not understand. Mateus, get out there. And if anything, just get me out there. Just Mazzala on support. Just keep it a bit more sensible. Don't need you committing. Just get on the ball. But I just don't get it, man. Just fucking pass the ball to simple. Just keep it simple, mate. Or drive. What you're good at. Anyway, Wilson, what a ball. Alfredo Morales inside, 1v1. Effort blocked. It's going to be hard from there. And Mendy goes long, looking for Vardy. Koch wins. And that was apparently the highlight. Interesting, FM. Very interesting. At the moment, 2-1 down. I would say we probably deserve to be at 2-2 with the chance we've had. And just demand us a bit more. Not much happening. Helder Costa's going to come in for Rafinha. And we're going to commit that change there. And Harry Wilson not really having the best of it either. And with 12 minutes to go, Stewart is quick enough to come in as a winger on attack on this side here to do a job. And Stewart's going to come in too. And we get a highlight straight away. Ball thrown in, picked off by Calvin Phillips. It's a ball towards Alfredo, and he does well. He bodies off his man. He's 1v1 here. Oh, my. Just put it into the side netting. In the end, he's tried to chip Casper and passed it to him. What are we doing, boys? We have played superb, and we are going to lose 2-1. The system's working. Is there going to be late drama? It doesn't look like it, does it? If there is, it's going to be for Leicester. Ball in. Pascal heads. I need you to get on that. I don't know who that is. Doesn't happen. Perret, Chowdhury. Picked off by Koch, and he goes long, but not to anyone in particular. We need the press. We need to bring the heat right now. We need the ball. I don't think it's going to be for us. It's going to be for Leicester to make it 3-1. Vardy's in. We do not deserve any of that. That is absolute BS, man. Like, the first goal is stupidity from Tonali. Their second goal is just the centre-backs not picking up Vardy and Ayling keeping him onside anyhow, right? And then the Koch one in the 94th minute to make it 3-1. 2-1 I could stomach. 3-1, just we don't deserve that third. We've played quite well. Alfredo Morales has been brought in to score goals, and he's absolutely butchered a couple. Like, if he puts them one where he shoots at Casper, which he should finish anyway, and has the open net, and just slots it in instead of trying to play Rodrigo, it's 2-2 there, right? And then if he finishes the one-on-one just then when he tries a dinky little chip, no. If we're 3-0 up, go with the chip. If Casper's on the floor, go with the chip. Casper stood up. Just don't get it, man. Like, we have on paper a squad that I think is good enough for mid-table. But all we freaking want to do is waste chances. Yet again, our expected goals performance was really good. We expected to score 1.6, which means you generally score about 2. And was higher than our opponents as well. Very even game, a decent amount of the ball, and 13 shots 5. So maybe the tactic as a whole isn't the worst. And maybe it's something we put time into. But yet again, it hasn't happened. Like, it's just another shocking performance. Defensively, just switched off. I don't understand what the fullbacks did wrong. Apart from Ayling, Eliza gets a 6.3. Yeah, I don't think he did anything wrong in the game. At all. Like, he should have got the ball for the first goal. Never did. That's not his fault. Right? And there we are. Just don't get it, man. I don't get it. It is just absolutely horrid. That is just stupidity at its finest. We kept it solid against Chelsea. We lost 1-0. We played 4-2-4 here against Leicester. And to be quite fair, on paper, we probably deserved a 2-2 draw. To concede the third one in the 94th is what set me off here a bit angrily. Because it's just not deserved. We've played quite well. To lose 3-1 sounds like we got a bit battered. You know, to lose 2-1 and go, oh, it was a close game. We came at them. In the end, should have been 2-2. Should have probably won the game, to be fair. We had better of the 2 chances as well. You know, they might have outshot us by a couple of shots, but we probably had the better of the chances. We didn't convert, and Leicester do, and that's the difference maybe between us and them than us finishing maybe 11th, 12th or 13th and then playing for Europe. That's probably the difference. We don't have anyone clinical. I thought I bought in Alfonso Morales, but apparently not. And yeah, from this episode, we're done. We're dusted. If you're still here, like it. Maybe give us a like out of pity that we just don't have anyone that's going to finish, and we have centre-backs that just don't care about man marking and picking up people and everything like that. From Dame and everybody else here, I'll see you next episode. Thank you and goodbye.